What's poppin'? You know how we moving, man. Titus Colosseum in the building. Yeah, my two co-hosts, they don't need no introduction. Firestone Morocco and yours truly. Let's get it. Okay, now tighten up. It's a Colosseum. Fake people, you'll never see them. Everybody authentic, dog. You can join to it, just take a DM. Everybody in the city rocking, they don't take much to be loved. I scared the doctor on my last visit with that two-tone in my blood. We don't play around, we just hold it down. They scared to play us on our side of town. Say we going through a rebuild, but are we really going through it, man? Stacking up on our receiving core, I don't see a ball going through their hands. Creeping up on our division rivals, they gon' really think that we the boogeyman. F the Ravens and the Texans, Jaguars and the Coast too. Real talk, if anybody not rocking that two-tone blue, you can catch us on the podcast. We gon' keep it real, we gon' speak fast. Always live on game day, we like Mike Keith when he yell sag. Titans, Colosseum. We be chillin' in the front row, it don't take much for you to go and see him. Titans, Colosseum. Everybody authentic, dog. You can join to it, just take a deal.
You know what time it is. It's the Titans Colosseum podcast. Tighten the f*** up. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the Titans Colosseum podcast. You know who I am. You know who I'm in the building with. Fellas, what's poppin'?
What's poppin', man? Hey, man, we got pop, bro. We got pop. My goodness, yo. Hey, man, that was a terrible game. I about the third quarter, man, me and my mom was watching, man. I just said, man, I'm finna cut this off, bro. Watch the Texans and Colts game, because, man, we just not. We getting a brace beat off of us, man. Oh, God, it was sad. But I told y'all we would go. After we called it, though. We called we were going to get blown out, though, so.
Yeah, bro, it's been rough to watch. It's getting even harder to watch. I don't know if y'all's like me, but like each week, like, this is a dumpster fire. It's bad. We're tanking at this point, but like you still kind of want to see like some things get a little better, just to see that like, all right, coaching is still there, and it's like we're having the same repeat issues. Nothing seems to get fixed. So I don't know if they are purposely tanking or if this is coach incompetence right now, and it's showing that we got a lot of first-time coaches that don't know what they're doing. It's hard to watch week in and week out and analyze it. And I still got all 22 film to watch. So this is not about to be a fun week.
Let's get therapy session on the way. This episode is being brought to you by Music City Autoplex, man. Go holler at our guy Wilson, man. He gonna take good care of you. He gonna get you in the right vehicle. You can pull up on him, or you can go to the website, musiccityautoplace.com. Give them a call at 844-543-0108. And make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, blah, blah. This, that, and the third. Check out our website, titanscoliseum.com, where you can get our latest articles, and you can also get access to all our episodes there. Let's go ahead and get these shout-outs going, man. First come, first serve on the shout-outs. Shout out to Rashid in the building tonight, man. Shout out to Julie. We got D9 in the house. What's happening with you, D9? We got Tremaine in the building. What's happening, my dog? Julie, how you doing? Hope you're having a blessed night. Corey D, day one, what's happening with you, my boy? Daniel, what's happening with you? Nancy, how you doing? Mama E, what's popping? Hey, Philip, what's good, my dog? We got Rashad in the house. What's up with you, mate? We got Angelica. What up? Pinball, what's happening? Speaking of pinball, oh God, the show gonna get a little crazy tonight, man. My boys, I ain't gonna talk too much about it, but they gonna be turned up, man. William, what's happening with you? Hey, Pig, what's happening with you? Chief, what's good, my dog? D Majors, what's happening with you? Gus, what's up? Let's go ahead and get this therapy session on the way. We ain't finna sit up here and talk about that gonna blow out like that to start off the show. We're gonna start it off on a positive note, because there was some positive about yesterday, depending on how you look at it. But Calvin Ridley, yeah, I mean, he had that game that we've been waiting on, man. What he had, 10 receptions or something, 143 yards.
I'm gonna keep it 100 though, Morocco, bro. He could have been doing this, bro, and it ain't his fault, bro. Because I like I said, the Bears game, he was supposed to do that. He would have done that in the Bears game. He would have done it in the Jets game. He's been open, man. Trust me. I've been watching him, bro. He's been open like that, you know what I'm saying, all season, man. He just finally getting a quarter. Mason Rudolph's getting on the football, man. And that's a clear difference, man. You can see what kind of receiver he's going to be for us moving forward. You know, so.
Yeah, and we've had issues with him in the past, like these past couple of weeks. You know, eight targets, 0 catches that 1 week, and a lot of those was uncatchable. Then you said like, "Hey, get me more involved." Then you came out the next week, had some drops that you shouldn't have had. Then you come out this week, all right, looking good. This is what we need now. Build on this. Show us that all this was just a learning curve of you being here in the Titans and a new offensive scheme. Now let's see this progress throughout the week moving forward. Now, because I don't want to be like, okay, this is one good game and it looks good. Now we're like, okay, cool. Calvin Ridley is the guy and he's back. No, I need to see this a little bit more consistent now. I need to see this again next week. And it ain't got to be these same numbers, but making the most out of your opportunities. That's just what I want to see week in and week out now from Calvin Ridley. I ain't got to have games like this every week, but at least go up there when the ball's coming your way, make catches, and show us exactly why we paid you and brought you here now.
Man, I think it boils down to, I mean, it's crazy that Calvin Ridley had this type of game when we traded D-Hop. I mean, that's how I looked at it yesterday. I even tweeted about it. And I said, I think Calvin was just waiting on D-Hop to get out the building and then show out. But as y'all know, it's about consistency in his league. So he got to go out. He got to come out every game and live up to that contract. And speaking of consistency, Arden Key. Yeah, hey,
we need another one of them.
We might be getting some trade value from Arden Key, man. I mean, there's 2 weeks in a row where the man been showing up. I know some of y'all ain't too high on Key, but shoot, I'm high on him right now because we need some draft capital. And it sounds like Arden Key is looking for a new home. He won't just come out and say it himself, but he pretty much said yesterday, like, look, your tape is your resume. I mean, you put good tape up out there, teams are going to see it. So Firestone, your thoughts, man, on Arden Key and how much his stock is up.
Yeah, no, his stock is definitely coming up because he's always this year, like he's been around the ball. He's been there in positions that we need him. But a lot of times Arden ain't made the tackle. Arden made the tackle. And that now, and in key situations, he's kind of silent and he's sitting there dancing with people a lot of time. So like, this is an effort we haven't seen from Arden, I don't think all year. And I talked about last podcast, why Jeffrey Simmons might be wanting to trade. But I said that just because that was the big title. But all those players in that locker room can have that mentality and have that thought process. I've seen all these other people ship off, go to teams, have success, get to the playoffs, have a Super Bowl chance. Why the hell would I want to stay here and keep battling this out? I'm going to go put on some good tape on film real quick because I know everybody's trading right now. It's a frenzy. We only got a few more days left. Let me hurry up, put some good tape out there, and maybe some teams will call about me. And I'm like, yeah. Trade me off because I don't know about y'all, but Amani Hooker looked a little slow in that game yesterday. Didn't look like he was giving all effort at sometimes, and he was just letting plays come to him. So you can definitely see some guys stepping up to put out a resume to possibly getting traded, and some guys are like, yeah, I'm already checked out.
Yeah, I'm with y'all on that one, man. I mean, you guys got to remember that we got Harold behind him. You know what I'm saying? And I'd much rather see Harold out there that's gonna grow, that can grow into something, you know, as well with a 7th-round pick. And you know what I'm saying? Then Key just out there getting some sacks. Like, what's Key gonna do? You know what I'm saying? He's been shipped around the league already, man. We might as well trade, try to get some value out of him. I mean, we got him for the chump change. You feel me? So like I said, I'm down for it, man. We'll try to get a 5th to 6th round pick out of him. You know what I'm saying? Right now, this is the perfect time to trade him. We just came off of a big game. You feel me? We definitely could move him, man, and get some draft capital, man. Right now, the goal right now is to stack up on as much draft capital as possible for guys that you know is not going to be here in the near future. You know what I'm saying? That we're not trying to build around.
Yeah, most definitely. Let's go ahead and get to some comments. Corey said, Morocco, you might have a point. We was unlocked in Key. He was unlocked and Key was playing like a man possessed. Man, I don't know what got into Key. I mean, maybe his motivation may be to get traded. I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll take it because we need all the draft capital that we can get. And Rashad said a few weeks ago, Key said he changed something with his pass rush and it's working, whatever he changed. I mean, what difference do you see in his pass rush, Firestone?
I see his moves are actually working. It seemed like a lot of times he's just dancing there with guys like he's trying to do too much. Now it seems like he's just in a move and go. And it's actually working and beating, where a lot of times it just seemed like the same move, bend the corner, get around. But bro, you saw it on that first play. He dipped a little lower than he usually is, and he just bent that corner, and then that tackle didn't have a chance on him. And that was Decker too. That was a good tackle, and he just bent the corner on him, didn't get touched. So I don't know, maybe he getting some more flexibility in him, but he bent and turned that corner a little bit better on that. And I'm seeing like his moves is actually, I don't want to actually say they're more of a finesse with it, but man, he's actually winning them more times than not now, where before it just seemed like they knew exactly what move was coming every time.
RJ, what you seeing out of Arden Key that's different from the previous?
I think the overall effort, man. I think that he's starting to, somewhat coming to his own in his defense right now, man. I think he had a good. I like what it, because Detroit has a really, really good offensive line, man. I think they didn't. That was the Vikings that lost at left tackle. I thought they lost at left tackle, but no, I do believe that he's starting to come to his own. So anytime our defensive line does something good against the Lions, man, we should definitely, take it as a man. Yeah, that was a good day for them, because man, the Lions, they have a top 5 offensive line in this league, man. But also, man, where that boy, man, that I've been telling y'all to trade, and where he been at for the past 3 weeks.
Better go ahead and get him a home when you home.
Where he been at the 3 weeks? You know who I'm talking about. Where he been at? I ain't seen him in a good little minute, dog. I mean, has he recorded a sack, a tackle? You know what I'm saying? Where the impact at, man? Because I mean, y'all telling me, screaming at me that, oh man, the Harold Landry, man, he's this amazing left to right. I mean, edge rusher that we need to keep on the team. I don't see it, bro. Where he at?
I bet you don't want to trade NWI though, RJ.
Hell no,
bro. I will say
from the jump, man. That boy was cooking. that boy gonna cook.
Yeah, bro. He's been cooking. They need to definitely have him on the field over Burks, even when Burks is healthy. Fuck doing this shit. NWI has shown year in, year out that he can outperform Burks. Stop doing this. But like to your point with Landry, like, bro, there's a lot of times where Landry's missing tackles. There was runs that came up the middle, Landry's on the guy, and then it just seems like the guy goes right past Landry and slides right through his arms. But to your point, his last sack was in the Dolphins game. Then in the Colts game, he had 7 combined tackles, 2 for assists, no sacks. Bills game, 4 combined tackles, 3 assists, no sacks. Lions game, 1 tackle, 1 assist, no sacks.
No, I'm not saying he said honor is good. Look, I don't think Harold Landry's bad. I don't see what everybody is just so enthusiastic about him, man. You know what I'm saying? But he started off good. Don't get me wrong. He made me apologize on here. But I'm saying, like, bruh, like when superstar pass rushers don't go 3 games without this name being called or without being noticed. You feel me? Like he going unnoticed, man. I'm good with that.
And Jared made a comment. He said because Landry is undersized. I don't think he's too undersized though. I mean,
he's just not a number 1.
Yeah,
he's an Arden Key, bro. That's what he is.
I mean, you got to look at all the other pass rushers or whatever. I mean, they not that much bigger, and some are even smaller than Harold Landry.
I mean, Landry's 6'2", 250.
Dude said he's not a starter. Nah, he's definitely a starter on other teams.
Yeah.
He's just not the main pass rusher. You get what I'm saying? He's our main pass rusher. He's the guy that we depend on 3rd and 5 to get a sack. And I don't see that from him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't give me them type of vibes. Like,
it's not supposed to be just him. It's supposed to be Simmons too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we put that a lot on Landry because so many other teams like have their edges do it, but that's because they don't also have this interior line and everything. Like Chris Jones don't have an edge guy like Landry, like Simmons does now, and he's out there performing. Like Simmons has a situation with Landry, and both of them have it within each other that y'all should be performing better. Absolutely. And I don't know if y'all saw it either, but A to Z put it out during the game. Jeffrey Simmons got his ass whooped one-on-one on that man down to the goal line. He
got punched 10 yards.
You damn right. So y'all got to step up. y'all got to do something, because other players that are supposed to be guys like you on other teams step the fuck up in those moments and make plays, and y'all aren't. Like, y'all got to at some point, like, that's fine not always being there and being silent through a game, but when the game's on the line and times matter, you got to show the fuck up and step the fuck up and make a damn play.
Jack says, what young guys on the roster or practice squad, if any, do y'all think could help us the most down the road and would benefit from the playing time of us trading someone who isn't going to be here in 2 years when we are ready to compete again? Young guys on the practice squad right now that could help us. I mean, shoot.
I'll say this, like RJ said, Harrell on the roster. He came from Michigan. He's a 7th round pick. Jalen Harrell is exactly that guy that can be that for us. He can step up into a role and he can play. He can play cleanup.
You got Harold. You got Arden Key right behind him, man. In my opinion, he do Arden Key stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, and Harold's shown too that he can drop out in those flats and cover the running back or cover them tight ends on the drag. He can get to the pass rush. He can sit there and run stop. He can go in pass coverage. Like, Harrell is a really good estimated and underappreciated guy we got right now. They ain't had the time to actually show up. And I think Cedric Gray will too, when he gets the time to show up and step up. That Cedric Gray and Jalen Harrell are going to be 2 guys that's going to be somebody we can build around on this defense, not just Tavondre Sweat.
I want to get to another comment before I ask y'all a question about NWI. But Mama E says, why is it that when we fix one position, then another position of the team fumbles the bag? I mean, it's just that Titan stuff right there, honestly. I do fix one thing and create another problem.
I do agree with some of the takes that's on Callahan, but I don't think that I'm not agreeing with takes that we need to fire him. But as for him growing as a head coach, man, and having to learn how to be a head coach, yeah, he's a first-time head coach. He's showing us now. At least I'm glad that right now, when we suck, you know what I'm saying, before we get this roster together and get this roster on point to when we can start winning, he's making the mistakes now and he's learning from it. Because he, if y'all didn't notice, he learned from one of his mistakes. Because we got the 4th and 1 at the middle of by like the 50 or the 40. I can't remember where we was at. And we ran the ball twice before then. And on 4th and 1, he did the boot play and Mason Rudolph ran and got the first down. You get what I'm saying? So he learned his mistake. Last game, he just ran it right up the middle on 4th down. Right. They got stuff.
But did he? It's like the Will Levis thing. Like, I'm starting to see some Will Levis and Brian Callahan. So that's where I'm starting to think, like, man, this is a big Brian Callahan issue. Because, all right, cool, that moment was good. You did that. But then when we got to the goal line,
he should have ran.
1st and 1, we passed 4 times. So did you learn?
Hold on, we're gonna get into that, y'all. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that in just a second. But we gotta talk about NWI, man.
All right.
Because over the course of the season, man, no matter how much foolishness been going on, NWI has found a way to assert himself in the game. Yesterday, I know y'all seen that catch he made. I mean, he straight up monster dude. I mean, NWI caught a body. Yeah. And as soon as he caught his body, I said, it's time for a contract extension. Do you agree, RJ?
Oh, yeah. Hey, NWI deserves a lifetime contract with the Tennessee Titans, man. It's time, man. Because, look, man, you got to think about it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is it that every game, every time we need a play, he's making the play? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, either he's getting open, he gets a touchdown. He has more touchdowns than Calvin Ridley right now. If y'all didn't know that. He has more touchdowns than Calvin Ridley. Right, Calvin really had a touchdown, by the way. I don't know what made him cut inside like that. He caught a ball and cut inside way too early. Just take off, bro.
Just keep running. Hell, I mean, who finna catch you?
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, I screamed at the TV.
Go ahead.
No, that shit right there. Go ahead. But that shit right there.
We need more NWIs on this team, bro. You know what I'm saying? I love being an exciting, electric player, but we need guys that's going to be reliable and do their job week in and week out. You know what I'm saying? We need 5-6 NWIs on this team in different spots. We need them at safety, corner. You know what I'm saying? We need them at running back. You know what I'm saying? Receiver. Like, we need NWIs all over. We need a guy that we can't replace because he keeps coming out there and he keeps not dominating, but keeps doing his job. You get what I'm saying? Every single time. We need more. We need reliable guys like NWI. We need more of them.
Yeah, because like to your point, like you were saying, like he has more touchdowns than Calvin Ridley. It goes deeper than that. Bro, there are 7 receiving touchdowns for this team this year. NWI has 3 of them. He's the only receiver for us that has multiple TD catches this year. Everybody else has 1. Calvin Ridley has 1. Hopkins has 1. Chig has 1. Nick Vannett has 1. And then NWI has 3 to make 7. He's the only dude with double-digit touchdowns, and he has 58 receiving yards.
Mm.
It don't make sense why he's not getting more game time. The guy is scoring. Play the man. Give him a contract. He's been here. Y'all try to get rid of him. He comes back, and he constantly performs here. Y'all's going to keep playing around with this part until y'all sit there, and then you finally realize, oh, NWI is good. We need to keep him around. And then other teams are going to realize that, and he's going to go somewhere else. Like, NWI is exactly what we've been needing from a wide receiver. Put him in that 3 and that 4 slot and give him his time. Take him off special teams. Put somebody else out there. But NWI has proven that in game situations, he performs. Stop with the practice bullshit. I don't care how good Traylon looks in practice. He don't fucking play good in a game. NWI does. Start that man.
Man, look, we got some things to build on with wide receiver. It may not be much, but Calvin really showed me yesterday he's highly capable of impacting the game. And NWI, just like we said, I mean, he's just a model of consistency. Whenever you need something, anything, you could always depend on NWI to come through.
Yeah.
I mean, what we could add to that, some good young wide receivers. I mean, you can go get another free agent. You ain't got to go spend a ton on them, but just somebody reliable. And then look towards the draft. I mean, we're not going to be in position to go. We are going to be in position, but we got bigger needs. But you can look in the draft and get somebody in the middle rounds and something to add to that group. I mean, for all the foolishness going on, this wide receiver room, I think we got something we can build on.
Oh, absolutely. Because, like, all right, Calvin's going to be here. Keep NWI. And then we got Jaquan Jackson as rookie that can step up and do something. Go get one more rookie. Go get us one more rookie wide receiver, and let's develop some guys underneath Calvin, and we'll be good.
For sure. RJ, you got anything you want to add to it before we get to all the foolishness?
Yeah, let's get to the foolishness, man. I ain't trying to hear me.
I know it done kicked in now, so sure. All right. Let's go. So, Cali yesterday, man. I mean, you talked about it a little bit, RJ. I mean, he seems like he learns from his mistakes. So, he ain't just absolutely tone deaf. But everything Cali does good, he does something else that's just all out ridiculous. I'm talking about, like Five Star said, it's on the same level as Will Levis and his ridiculous stunts or whatever. I mean, the whole goal line situation or whatever, man. I mean, shoot, man. Is he overthinking the play calling?
Yeah, I think he's trying to be too smart in situations and overcalculate certain shit. Like, oh, they know we're going to run, so let's do that. So what? Fucking run. Run the ball. There comes a point in football where you know what I'm doing. I know you know what I'm doing. Fucking stop us. Show me you can stop us. Line it up, my man against yours. Let's see who gets out physical. And it has to be that. You saw the Detroit Lions do it with Jeffrey Simmons. So why don't you just do it? We're at the 1 yard line. At some point, you have to run just to show some balance into that play call and just to get the defense to be like, I'm going to test. But when you go out there and it's clearly pass every time, and Mason is staring down the wide receiver he's going to every single time, the defense knows what you want to do. It's harder to pass in those situations because those guys can cover zones. Do some trickery. Do those motions. Do those little end-around sweep shit you do. Do the QB sneak shit you like. There's so many shit you could have done. I like that fade play. It just wasn't a connection. I didn't like the Boyd coming across shit. I didn't like that play. I think he is overthinking too many things and trying to be too smart, and he's in his head of what people think and this and that. Just call the play and run it. Let's go. We'll analyze the shit afterwards, but let's go because you're taking forever to get the calls in too. And that lets me know you're second guessing your shit too. Get the play in there, make the call. Let's do it. No different than a QB. Make the throw and we'll dissect it whether it's right or wrong afterwards. But get the shit in there. Get the play in.
I don't think he should be calling plays.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm not saying that he's not a good play caller. I just don't think that a head coach. I don't believe in a head coach calling plays, bro. I'm just gonna keep it 100. A head coach has a lot to worry about as a head coach. You get what I'm saying? Like he has to manage the game and understand each down and this is it. And it's hard for him to do that when he's calling plays. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta call these plays. I mean, you gotta think about what play call you want next, on top of what down and this is it, what people need to be in the game, who's hot. You get what I'm saying? Like when you calling them plays, man, it's hard for you to do all that. I just feel like he's doing way too much as a rookie head coach when he has guys that can delegate and let them do their job. And if they're not doing their job, you fire them. You know what I'm saying? As for the special team coach not getting fired, that just proves to me right then and there that we are tanking, bro. I mean, it's just simple. There's no reason for that dude to even be on our team anymore. You know what I'm saying? We're tanking.
Yeah, before you get to the special team, Coach RJ, I want to ask you, and Rashad actually brought it up too. I don't like his breakerish.
I was going to bring it up.
He did say that, Joe.
Man, did y'all hear what he said about it? The whole thing about he saw some matchups or whatnot.
Bro, that and Rand's excuses for some of this stuff, I don't like it at all. And like I don't think he needs to be calling plays. Like he's a first-time head coach, first-time play caller. Our special teams is a first-time special teams coach. Our defensive coordinator is a first-time defensive coordinator. Our offensive coordinator is a first-time offensive coordinator. There's too much shit that you got to look over and micromanage and make sure that's going right on top of your fucking play calling shit too. Like, let somebody else play calling. You got too many shit to oversight and to oversee in these situations. And then today he was talking about, I have faith that Colt can do this shit and can fix these. And we have a friendship relationship. Like, didn't y'all tell me y'all hated the buddy shits with fucking Vrabel? And this is exactly what it sounds like from Cali. It's hard to fire him because we're friends and it's the one guy I brought from Cincinnati. I don't give a damn. Can we remind everybody who Colt Anderson is? This is Colt Anderson. This is the dude from the damn Patriots and Colts from bullshit that he did. Remember the sideline? Everybody looked at him, including his coaches and his teammates, like, why'd you even snap the ball? This wasn't even what we were doing. We were trying something. Everybody was confused. He hiked the ball, took the sack. Even the center turned around, picked him up off the ground. Like, what the fuck are you doing? This is the guy we got doing this shit and is going to be competent to do this. I don't know what the fuck is going on. And I didn't like his excuses today. It sounded like a Vrabel type of excuse. He's my buddy and it's hard to fire my buddy. And that's bullshit because your buddy almost got our punter hurt 2 weeks in a row at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm. RJ?
Yeah, man, I'm not liking what I'm seeing, bro. I mean, as much as hold on, my bad. I'm looking at some bets right now. We might hit, man. I'm sorry, y'all. That's one reason why I'm kind of looking at my phone.
Well, you in Las Vegas right now, ain't you?
Las Vegas, man. Las Vegas, it got my attention right now, man. I might get some money in my pocket, but most definitely. Yeah, I didn't like what I had to see, man. Just because, I mean, when I was listening to him, it just seemed like he was just deflecting. He was doing this, that, and the other, man. And then it was like, he hit the variable quote at the end. I'm like, are these coaches getting trained to say this? You get what I'm saying? Are they getting trained to say this? Like when they lose, you got to coach better, got to play better. You know what I'm saying? Like that must be the go-to day. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, bro, I just look at it like this, man. Y'all got to be patient, man. I know it sucks. I know it sucks, man. I know it sucks to be getting blown out by 50 right now, man. But you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, it's gonna get better, y'all. We got to get to this all season, man. It sucks, man. We just gotta get to this all season, man.
Go ahead.
It's just, and I'll say this real quick, and you can mark out. It's just crazy to me that like all last year y'all was telling me on like, no, this is just Vrabel's excuses. Coaches don't say this shit. Now Callie's saying the damn same shit. Coaches got to coach better. Players got to play better shit. It's saying the other same shit. I can't fire my buddy type shit. Like we're going through the same shit. Y'all told me that we could fire Vrabel. Any other coach could do better than Vrabel, and we wouldn't be worse with the team we had last year. We have a better team and we're worse. Like, I am not getting all this stuff that everything that everybody sold me on of why we needed to let Vrabel go. And all the reasons are the same excuses and reasons we hear coming out of Cali and so many other coaches. Like, this is how some of the system works, that they give you these bullshit. It's up to you to read between the lines and figure it out and read the tea of what they're actually saying in these moments, because they're not actually going to come out and tell you this shit blatantly. So you got to see what they're actually saying and see their emotions. Callahan don't know what to fucking do right now. He doesn't know how to fix this at all. He doesn't, and I don't know if he's ever going to know how to fix this. And it already seems like you're losing the locker room on year one before you can even establish anything. You started building this house on a slippery slope and didn't even get the foundation set. And a couple weeks ago, they were asking him, like, are you trying to, build a new foundation? He's like, I don't know if it's a new foundation. We're just trying to find a foundation that works. What? No, y'all's already supposed to have the fucking foundation laid. What the fuck you mean? Like, I just don't get it. I hope he can turn it around, but a lot of things right now are also looking like a lot of incompetent from other coaches like Josh McDaniels and Brandon Staley out there at Chargers. It's just looking like incompetence, like he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And a head coach should know at least what we need to do to a bare minimum, do the details and do basic shit in football. And we can't even get that shit right.
I still believe in Cali, man. I ain't gonna turn on him like that, man. It's too early, and the roster is just not up to par, in my opinion, for me to just say that he's not the guy. You know what I'm saying? Dan Campbell was horrible his first couple of years at Detroit. Like I said, Zach Taylor was horrible his first couple of years in Cincinnati. I mean, you can go through the list of coaches, man, that have started off bad and then turned out to be good. You get what I'm saying? It's too early for us to say that he's not a good or a bad coach. Now, is he making mistakes right now? Yeah. But at the same time, right now, he's playing with such a small margin of error, bro, that he make one crucial mistake and the game's over with. You get what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't have anybody, a quarterback right now that can get us back in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't have anything that's going to get us back in the game. Like, he's playing with Mason Rudolph, bro. Like, if Vrabel had this team, we would be losing, bro. Like, it wouldn't just be no freaking. Now, we probably would get beat 52-14, but we get beat, bro.
Because it feels like with Vrabel, at least you had somebody getting your ass. And I saw somebody tweet this weekend after the game, and it's a good point. And it's like, this is what happens when you want, and I wish I could remember. Oh, excuse me. I wish I could remember who tweeted this out. But he said, this is what happens when you bring in a bunch of people that want to be happy and be friendly and working with everybody and have a happy coexisting work relationship, rather than people that know how to do their damn job and actually get in and get in people's asses. Everybody needs an asshole, and there's no asshole. And that's why this team is performing that way. Now, ain't nobody scared of Brian Callahan. Everybody's scared of Vrabel, though. If you don't go out there and play, you do dumb shit, this dude's going to get your ass right in line. Callahan's not that. Nobody on his coaching staff is. So they know they can go out here piss poor, not play how they need to, do whatever they want, like as a play, and there's no repercussions for it because there's nobody calling them, because everybody's trying to come in happy and working with everybody and cohesive and all that shit. Like, we don't need that. Sometimes you need somebody that's the asshole to stick up and say, hey, get your head out your fucking ass and act like you know how you play some football. We're on the NFL level here. Act like you know how you've been playing some football. And nobody has that anymore. Nobody's scared of Callahan. Nobody's getting called out at any point. Everybody's just getting made excuses. Even the special team. Well, Stonehouse could punt the ball and have a better hang time today. The fuck is that shit? You're blaming everything but your piss poor coach that's had this issue since week one. The fuck is going on? You let go of key special team players, and it shows. Piss poor coaching and management of the 53-man roster.
Will is scared of Callahan. I'll add my 2 cents about Callahan, and then we'll move on to the quarterbacks. My thing about Cali is he's overthinking a lot. It's understood, first-time head coach or whatever. I'm not going to get on board with the whole fire the coach thing or whatever, because you fire him after 1 year, you're gonna be looking like fools. I mean, we pretty much already looking like fools from the outside looking in just because we fired Mike Vrabel. So if you go and fire Callahan after this season, we're going to be looking even more foolishness. I mean, and 2, you got to think about it. we don't have any kind of depth on this roster. I mean, you see a couple of guys go down, and then all of a sudden, some of the special team players are getting significant playing time on offense and defense. I mean, it's going to take a little time to build it up. How much time does Callie and Ran have? We don't know, but we do know they have got to show some type of progression. We have got to see improvement in most of these areas that we've been struggling at. But we're going to talk about the quarterbacks right now because Mason Rudolph proved once again that he isn't it. Y'all saw the interception yesterday. Very Will Levis interception. I mean, just straight up, just gave the ball to the guy. I mean, I saw that. I said, oh, I mean, this right here is contagious. I mean, it looks like Levis is in the coach's head. Levis is in Rudolph's head. I mean, the foolishness is just all over the place. And my question to y'all is, you saw Malik Willis yesterday step right in and lead Green Bay to another victory. So, Firestone, did the Titans trade the wrong quarterback?
No, absolutely not. Because it's still like we would have Malik here, and he's going to be doing the same foolishness that Mason and Levis is doing. It wasn't Malik; it was the coaching staff. That's what the issue is. And all these Titans fans like we traded the wrong one. Wait, no, because guess what? We could have probably handled. We could have kept Malik and traded away Mason because we wasn't trading away Levis, and we could have traded away Mason, and Mason could have been doing this for Green Bay. Then we were like, we traded one. No, it's about coaching. LaFleur has shown he can develop QBs and he can develop players. He's shown that time and time again. So it's not the fact that we're trading away the wrong players. It's we still ain't got in the coaches that know how to develop players. And we got to do that because until you do, then it's constantly going to look like we're trading away the wrong players when really we just don't have the right coaches to develop players and to be into what they need to be. And players can go off to other teams and be who and can develop more in 3 weeks than they did for 3 years for us.
Just Steelers always on prime time, man. Because they the Steelers, D9. You already know what time it is. Shoot, man, they could go ahead and pick up Will Levis once we let them go. Guess what? The Steelers gonna be on prime time just because.
Yeah, man. Everybody, look, man. Be patient, y'all. Just take a breath, man. I know it. I know you want to blame the coaches. I know you want to blame this and that and the other. But man, just trust the process. Embrace the tank, bro. Because we're tanking, y'all. It's simple. We didn't fire the special teams coach after this performance, bro. We didn't fire the special teams coach, bro. That just shows you that we're tanking, man. Now, that, like I said, is Callie making mistakes? Yes. Could he call it a better game against Detroit? Yes, but was we really gonna beat Detroit in a football game? Let's be honest, with Mason Rudolph at quarterback. No, we was not gonna beat that team. Now we shouldn't have got beat 52-14. I agree with that. We shouldn't have got beat that damn bad. But bro, we wasn't beating Detroit, bro. Now the Patriots, my goodness, man, I'm a little bit worried because we might win this game. We're better than the Patriots right now, bro. Like outside of when they don't have Drake May, I think we're better than the Patriots, man. And I feel like we might actually beat them. You know what I'm saying? He said I was claiming a division. No, I wasn't. My division champion was most definitely the Texans. I said we were gonna come in second, but in my opinion, bro, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like we had the second best roster in the division, and we could have been the second best team. I mean, we had the Colts on the brink, we had the freaking Bears on the brink, we had the Jets on. You know what I'm saying? We could have been 4-3 right now. You get what I'm saying? Like, so, but I still believe that we're second best team in the division. I don't care about these losses, man. I'm standing on it.
Bro, we're one QB and some good coaching away from being a contender. Like, this roster is good. I know everybody keeps saying this roster is bad. This O-line's it's not. It's really not. It's coaching. This O-line's starting to get better. I know Watson ain't the best. Like, we do got to figure out a right tackle situation. That's gonna have to get fixed. But we went from having an entire O-line as a question and needing fixed to just the right tackle. That's not a horrible O-line. That's just one position on the O-line that needs to be fixed. And every week they're playing better. This O-line is getting better. And we knew it was going to be a learning curve because it's a bunch of young guys and new guys that come here. So that this roster is not as bad as a lot of people try to make it. It's the QBs that aren't making good plays, and now it's the coaching that doesn't seem to know what it takes to actually instill some confidence back into this team and win a game. Like I don't see how. As a coach, you're supposed to be a motivator. And I know somebody said it here in the chat, like there's different ways of coaching when I was making the Vrabel stuff. But the one thing that has to be a constant is the coach has to be a motivator. You have to have your players willing to go play for you. And it doesn't seem like Callahan has that. He's a good teacher and can tell you how football needs to be, but he doesn't look the head coach in par. He just doesn't yet. And it is his first year, so I'm not completely out on him, but right now, he don't look it. And everybody loves to compare him to the Dan Campbells and all that stuff in the first year. The Dan Campbell guys didn't have a roster like this. The Dan Campbell guys didn't go spend $300 million in free agency to go turn the roster around. They had bad fucking teams that they had to slowly build that roster back up and slowly build in some players. They did that all for year one for Brian. So he's not the same comparison as those guys. It was a different, completely different type of strategy for them. Brian should be winning here. And then if you shouldn't have been winning here, like Mason is better than Levis. We ain't had the greatest of QB play, but Mason is better than Levis. We should have had situations that we should have been better in. So this for me is we're QB away and some better coaching away from actually being contenders.
So it's a lot of passing the buck and excuse making amongst the coaches. Special team, I already know Colt Anderson. I mean, shoot, they didn't fire that man. So I mean, that right there should tell you everything that you need to know. He's probably gonna get fired at the end of the season, but right now, I mean, we're just gonna have to deal with his foolishness. But they kind of alluded to Ryan Stonehouse being the problem. So I'm gonna start this off with you, Firestone, because you look heated up over there, man. Now, granted, Stonehouse, as big as leg, and he's got whatever, a lot of power. I mean, Stonehouse has been out kicking the coverage, but do you place blame solely on him, Firestone, or are you looking at the coaches like, what are y'all doing? Why aren't y'all telling him to do this, that, and the other?
Okay, so they try to blame Stonehouse and said he's not putting enough hang time on the ball, right? Can you remind me who his coach is that's supposed to be making him a good punter? Isn't that Cole Anderson? Ain't he the coach that's supposed to be? So if the player is not performing, is it the player's fault or is it the coach's fault in this situation? Because if I can remember correctly, Stonehouse got hurt last year because people didn't want to fucking block for him. And in week 1 and week 2 this year, after coming back from an injury that was horrendous and we was worried he wouldn't come back from, he's sitting here and getting blocked and ran into 2 weeks in a row with this new coaching staff that was supposed to make better. And week 3, a couple of close calls. So are you really blaming the punter who just came off an injury that's trying to get the fucking ball off because y'all ain't shown that y'all can protect him still? And you obviously can't protect him, nor can you cover. So the bigger issue here for me is not Stonehouse. Stonehouse is trying to make sure he's not getting hurt. Stonehouse has been out here kicking his ass off for us and being one of the best players on this team, and you want to go and blame him for this shit. And if you're not going to protect him, then you're going to blame him for this shit. Then when this rookie contract comes out, guess who's not going to be re-signing with this fucking team? It's going to be Stonehouse. So keep blaming him and keep doing all this shit and not fire the special team coach that got him creamed twice that pissed him off, and then use him as a scapegoat now when we all know what the real issue is here, and it's not Stonehouse.
Yeah, I agree that their special team coach definitely holding them back. As simple as that.
He inexperienced. I mean,
yeah, he's holding them
this
back.
is his first time doing the special teams thing. So I mean, who can he really just tell exactly what to do and how to do it when Firestone just pulled up the picture earlier? I mean, shit, he was born in that foolishness in Indy. So you want that coaching your team?
No, absolutely not, bro. And I just don't. We got to have somebody better at this position, and it ain't him. And I'm not sure that we need to fire him this year. Like any other circumstances, I would say, yeah, fire him right now, which he does need to be fired. But this is Callie's first year. First time. We just went over the list of all the other first times. You don't also need this to be the first time he has to hire and figure out how to replace a coach during the season too. There's already enough on this man's fucking plate. We're gonna put a straw on there that breaks the camel's back if we can't. Like he just has to ride with Colt the rest of the year. He has too much other shit to handle to add onto the fucking plate.
Man, I'm just saying, man, we was picked to win 4 or 5 games at the beginning of the season, man. So I just feel like our expectations were a little too high on this team, man. I'm just gonna keep
yeah. Facts. Facts now, bro. We're trying to be optimistic fans and be excited about what they had here. And you know what? I will not be that no more for the Tennessee Titans. They have fucked that up this year for me again. Too many times, bro. I've been here 35 years. I've been a fan of this fucking team from the Oilers to the Titans, and they keep doing shit like this. Until you show me on a consistently basis that y'all can actually be fucking contenders, I'm not going to be excited or have optimism that y'all can be contenders. Show up and fucking show me, because I'm sick of having blind optimism for this team, for this team.
Bobo made a good comment too. Shout out to Bobo. Shout out to everybody watching tonight, man. I got my home team in the building too. Renzo, man. Shout out to Renzo and Baldwin, man. B-Town, stand up. Hey. But anyway, Bobo says they really don't have any special team players on top of coaching. Then Jackson runs left and right all the time. Yeah. I mean, Jaquan Jackson has been a disappointment as a returner. I was looking for him to be, an explosive kickoff returner, explosive punt returner. He's not doing any of that. And yesterday, didn't he fumble yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking for that. I mean, over the last couple of weeks, I was like, this dude finna fumble at some point. I mean, you just get that feeling. I mean, it's that same feeling I got with Kyle Phillips, just like looking at him every single time, like this man either finna get injured or he's finna fumble. And that's how I'm feeling about Jaquan Jackson right now. But you're right about special teams, though, man. I mean, we don't have good players. I mean, depth. That's why it's going to take some years for us to get to a competitive state, if we even get to a competitive state.
And I know Firestone's harping on the coaching a little bit more. Only coach I really see that's not doing their job is, one, Cali could be better. And that special team coach, he's been horrible all season, man. Our special teams have been absolute F the whole season, man. Yeah. But as for offense, man, I mean, that was a great quiz by the neighbors. But but as for offense, man, I just feel like our quarterback and our offensive line, man, it don't matter who was going to be our coach, man. I just don't think you were going to overcome Will Levis and his stupidity and our offensive line that just can't straight up block. Who's also is getting better, by the way. If y'all haven't noticed, offensive line is definitely improved. If you haven't noticed, you know what I'm saying? Bill Callahan.
JC was out there getting handled yesterday. I ain't gonna lie, but I ain't gonna hold that against him though. I mean, it happens. He's a rookie. I mean, for the most part, he's been holding it down.
For what they've looked like at the beginning of the season to now, offensive line will definitely improve. They're giving Mason Rudolph good pockets, bro, in the throw from. You know what I'm saying? We need a quarterback. I'm sorry, man. As much as I get it, the Cali could call better plays. Cali could do that and the other, but man, the quarterbacks, bro, has just been, they're not good, man. I mean, you got freaking Mason Rudolph throwing it. There's 2 people wide open and the defender sitting in the middle. He threw it to the defender, bro. Then, half of this stuff was just because we kept giving them short fields on special teams and turnovers, man. Like, that's why they beat us like they did. Like, it's not like these boys just outgained us and they dotted us up all day. Like, they didn't have a great day offensively. They just took advantage of the short fields that we gave them, and they won the game, man. That's exactly what they did. And that's what but that special teams coach, man, I think he's been absolutely horrendous. It's to the point, man, where he's impacting the game. And I just feel like he deserves to be fired out of anybody. Cali, he's still got some learning to do. He's still a first-time head coach. So you gotta put that in perspective, man. You gotta get a man time. You know what I'm saying? He's a first-time head coach with a roster that isn't up there with the tops of the league, man. And we're going, you know what I'm saying? You got to get a man time and let him get his quarterback, let him get the roster before we truly judge him as a coach. That's how I come at it.
The problem for me is the issues we have right now. He doesn't seem to know how to fix at all, and that's something that's alarming, because if you don't know how to fix the issues we're having now, because some of them are simple, they're very, very simple issues that we're having. If you can't fix them as a head coach, why do we need to give you a young QB for you to fuck that up too? Because it's not just a play calling and other things. Certain things need to get better. The biggest alert for me is that Callie doesn't seem to know what to do to fix this right now. Not that he's not
He don't have
fixing
the
it and just
players.
taking. No, he does have the players. He does absolutely have the players.
What
He might
players?
not have the coaching, and maybe some things need to be better. Maybe Holtz doesn't need to be an offensive coordinator. He needs somebody that's actually can call plays. Special teams coach need to be better. But bro, the QB is the only player he doesn't have at a position, and that I'll give you that with Will Levis. But that shouldn't be meaning everybody is starting to fall apart when one player QB is your main issue. That everybody's fumbling, everybody's dropping the ball. Mason comes in and makes the same type of plays as Levis is making. That starts to turn into coaching, not players, when two different players are looking like the same player and looking like they're regressing in the same way.
I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna go ahead and move on. Calvin needs to get some more Denora Wilsons in the building. Some more people that don't give a fuck. Some more people that don't have a close attachment to him. More Denora Wilsons, less Colton Andersons. Let's keep this thing rocking and rolling. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Make sure you go holler at Wilson down at musiccityAutoplex.com. He gonna take good care of you. All you got to do is go down there and holler at him. MusicCityAutoplex.com. If you can't make it down there to the lot, give them a call at 844-543-0108. Where does yesterday's loss rank in Titans history, Firestone?
Oh, for me, is definitely one of the top 5 losses, bro. You can't sit up here and give up 50 points and the opposing quarterback doesn't even throw for 100 yards. That's embarrassing. Because we keep saying in this NFL, you can't win games and be good in this NFL if you don't have a QB passing over 300. And he didn't throw for 100 and they got a 50 burger. That shows you how bad your team is on all cylinders, on all 3 phases. So this is a top 5 for me just because of the fact of how the score outcome was. And it was a ass whooping all around. 300 plus yards given up on special team returns and interception and fumble returns. The special teams and interception and fumble returns had more yards than their offense. Fuck are you doing? That's an embarrassing ass loss, bro.
So, RJ, where you ranking it?
I don't think it beats the Patriots beating us 59-0, and I don't think it beats the Texans beating us 57-14. But yeah, it's definitely in the top 5. This is bad, bro. 52-14, bro. Like, that's bro. That's not good at all. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I called a 50 burger when we got in here, but I didn't think they were gonna 50 us like that. You get what I'm saying? They didn't fit. I didn't think they were gonna 50 us like that. They 50 us off of, and we had more passing yards and more rushing yards. We outgained them, and we still gave up 50. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? It's some stuff I ain't never seen before. But hey, just take the loss, man. Move on, man. Just gonna move on, bro. It is what it is. It sucks.
We got a couple of second worst to me, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm in a whole nother different mindset than most people, but yesterday wasn't all that bad to me. I mean, I try to look at the positive in everything. First half Titans are lit. I mean, can't nobody deny that. I mean, the first half Titans, they be pulling off some shit. Second half Titans, god dang, boy, you can't watch that shit for nothing in the world. But yesterday, I'm definitely not going to put that over 59-0 in the snow. I'm not even going to put that over the foolishness in Green Bay back in 2014 or whatever. That game isn't talked about enough. That right there was just, it was ugly. I can't even put it over the 9-sack game in the playoffs against the Bengals.
No, that ain't good.
Now, it is definitely top 5. So it would be down to probably around 5.
I would Titans the truth.
No, we got Titans and Truth in the house, man. Y'all make sure y'all go turn Chris up, man, because he gonna most definitely let you know the truth,
bro.
And
yeah, my bad.
Go ahead.
I was sitting there doing calculations and stuff too, because like I was just like, man, what was the actual just kick returns by itself? and bro, it's fucking not good. So Mason Rudolph threw for 266 yards, right? The Lions had just returned, kick return and punt return had 262 yards. Mason Rudolph had 4 more passing yards than they had return yards. Bro, it's ridiculous. That can't happen from a special teams guy, especially when you're seeing a 72-yard kick return return back. Then you see Khalif Raymond do a return that almost gets to a touchdown. Then the very next punt return does the same thing and goes and leads to a touchdown. Like, there was no in-game adjustments, and those are some of the things we harped on for Vrabel, and this is what's not happening right then. There was no in-game adjustments, back-to-back plays, same thing happened, and they took advantage of it.
I don't even remember 52 and 20. That's how much I try to erase all the foolishness, man, because when the Titans come out and pull stunts like that right there, I try to forget about it, even though I can't forget about most of it, man. But we're going to go ahead and get to our last topic of the night. And that might be a much bigger problem when it comes to the Titans, because Ran Carthon, he spoke yesterday. Wasn't nobody even looking for him to speak, but he spoke. And going to start it off with you, RJ. Are you still on board with Ran and his vision?
Yes. Give me my quarterback. I'm on the same vision he on. I'm on the same vision he on. Because I seen he can build a roster. He can build a roster. This was a straight roster, man. I mean, we have won more games with this roster if we had a better quarterback. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I give me my quarterback, man. Then I'm on board. We get Cam Waters-Shedeur out this draft, man. I'm on the man. Let's get back to Ram. Let's back to cooking, man. Get you another good draft in there, man. We need it, bro. We need it big time. You know what I'm saying? So
problem is if we let Ran go shop and get the groceries again and we let him cook, is Callie and this new QB not going to drop the damn food on the floor when they supposed to deliver it to the damn table again? Like, Ran was out here got some damn good groceries, and the motherfucker that was supposed to be delivering a plate to the fan base fumbled the fucking ball. So I don't know. I want to see something, and something got to be seen. I'm just seeing repetitiveness with this franchise. If we bring in another young QB when we don't have a coach that knows how to actually be a head coach and develop players, we're just going to fuck up another player again, and I don't want to see that happen. And so I'm not trying to be too crucial on Callie, but you only got so much time, and Miss Amy wants this shit done by the new stadium. You saw the mayor tweet out. He ain't happy neither, which means you're not only hearing the fan base and this NFL media, you're starting to hear city council and these what's it called now? Fuck, I can't think. But the city council and all those people are starting to also be like, hey, we're giving tax dollars to this shit, and this team is looking atrocious. This ain't what you sold us on. So you got a lot of people to answer to. You better bring in somebody that puts people in seats and sells tickets and make a lot of people happy. And Shedeur might be it.
The city gonna step in and buy the Titans. I know some of y'all would love that right there, man. But Ran, I mean, I'm still on board with the vision, but at the same time, I understand his critics out there. I understand exactly where they are coming from, because he did draft Will Levis. He did bring in Andre Dillard. I mean, he did hire Callie. Callie is his coach. That's his dog. That's his hunting buddy and all of that. So, I mean, Ran has got to hold that. He's got to be held accountable for his mistakes. Now, has he just been Rustin Webster bad? Has he been Mike Reinfeldt bad? Hell no. But he's got this draft coming up. You're going to have a top 5 draft pick, most definitely. Hopefully, first overall draft pick. But I'm not actively rooting for the Titans to lose any football games. But that's the way it's looking. So you got to nail this draft, Ran. If you don't nail this draft, you're probably not going to see the new stadium unless you buy a ticket.
Bro.
Yeah, this draft is probably going to be the most important draft in probably the Titans' history. Oh, God, because if you don't nail this draft, yeah, I'm with Morocco, man. It's going to be hard for us to sell a new stadium when we got this draft. You know what I'm saying? We out here doing stupid stuff in the draft. Now, this puts the pressure on Ran. This puts the pressure on Callie. This puts the pressure on Miss Amy because, man, we got to get this thing right, man. And like I said now, man, I'm gonna keep blaming the quarterback on this season, man, because right now I just don't think right now he's playing with a backup quarterback, bro. We can't put too much stock in a team playing with a backup quarterback because they play better. Hell yeah. But I mean, it's not like the offense was just abysmal. We was moving the ball. We was moving the ball over a top Detroit defense. You get what I'm saying?
First half Titans lit, man. I told you.
But when we get out the game, you know what I'm saying? It's hard for us to what's the name? You know what I'm saying? It's hard for us to move the ball once the crowd get into it, man. I'm gonna let you know now. I got a feeling we're gonna spank the Patriots, man. I just got a feeling, man. I feel like we're gonna spank them, bro. We got Mason Rudolph playing. We're a better football team than them, man. We're gonna go out there, we're gonna spank them, man. I just got a feeling. I'm scared because I don't want to win for the sake of getting a quarterback, but I know, man, the fan base is getting too mad. They want to win so bad. like we're playing for something, and we're gonna go out there and win it. I know we are.
Bro, but for me, we got to stop doing this Callie stuff that like the offense looked good, so Callie's doing his job. He's not the offensive coordinator. He's the head coach.
Play, though.
But he is, and that's just one part of it. So yeah, you give him that critic, but that's not his only critic. You get what I'm saying? So like, yes, that's one of them, but he's the head coach. So when all players, I don't care if they're offense, defense, or special teams, don't look like they're giving their effort out there, that reflects on the head coach, not just you calling offensive plays. And offense look good, special teams looking bad. Amani Hooker didn't look like he's giving all his effort. A lot of other players didn't look like they were giving their effort. Guys in the locker rooms look like they're checked out. Those are head coaching issues for me. You don't seem to actually know situational awareness when you're calling plays. That's not good for me. The rookie QB is regressing. The backup QB is regressing. Not a good sign for me. Like all these other things have came. And I know y'all think that it's a pivotal thing for Ram, but I don't think Ram's on a hot seat because Miss Amy sees that, hey, you went and got all these guys. I'm spending this money. You're doing what you need to do. The coach is failing here. And the coach can't tell me what needs to be done to be fixed. And if I have an issue with something and the guy I hired to fix that issue don't know how to fix the issue, I need to hire another guy. If I have a plumbing issue and I bring a plumber over and they're just looking at the water spewing out the wall and they're like, I don't know, but something needs to be fixed. Whatever it looks like, it needs to happen so that water starts gushing out the pipes. I don't want that. I want a guy that's like, hey, I need to cut that. I need to replace this, shut the water off, I need a guy that knows what the fuck he's doing. And Brian Callahan doesn't seem to know what the fuck he's doing as a head coach. And if we're going to bring in another player and next year does this same shit, Callie's going to be out because Ren has brought you more than enough people. Miss Amy has paid enough. Then Ren will be on the hot seat of, you hired this guy. Now can you hire the next guy and hire somebody and hire a coach? You can bring in talent, but the next part of a GM's job is hire talent, keep talent, and hire coaches. You might have made the mistake not hiring Denard Wilson as the head coach this year, and you sat there and hired Brian Callahan, the same thing that John Robinson did when he hired Vrabel and not LaFleur. This is a big coaching thing, not Ran and players, because players have been there, and the coaches has not been motivating and getting the best out of them. We saw Vrabel get more out of a lesser talented roster.
Yeah, I mean, you can say what you want about Vrabel, but there's one thing about Mike Vrabel's teams. I mean, they were in most of those football games, man. And for the most part, they came in prepared. I mean, this team you see with Callahan, first half, they lit. Like I said, first half Titans are lit. They be doing some shit. But the second half, it's like all that just goes out the window. And, I mean, it just boils down to coaching and a lack of leadership amongst the players, amongst the roster, because you don't have any depth on the roster. I mean, experience is at an all-time low. I mean, didn't they say this is like one of the youngest rosters in the league or something?
No, I thought they said at one point we was one of the oldest. Remember, we kept hiring these 30 wide receivers: Calvin Ridley, D Hop, Tyler Boyd. We went and got Kenneth Murray. We went and got Quandre Diggs. We went and got Jamal. Bro, we went and got a lot of old players, and people were saying we was old. This ain't the same roster that used to be like what we had with Vrabel. Ran turned this motherfucking roster around. This roster is good enough to be competing. This roster is not a Carolina Panthers roster last year that won one game. That's what we look like. That Carolina, can y'all name me 5 good players from the Carolina roster last year?
Shit, no.
No, but I can name you 5 good defensive, 5 good offenses on our team that would outweigh that team last year. There's no reason for us to look like the Carolina Panthers last year with this type of roster. It's not the roster. It's the QB play and it's the coaching not getting the most out of players. And you can argue that maybe the QB play is why the coach can't get a hold of some of these players, but you can't sit there and ignore that everybody has said. Calvin Ridley has said, D-Hop has said, Tyler Boyd has said now, Peter Skoronski has said, Nick Vannett has said, Arden Key has said, all these guys have now said in the locker room, you can tell that the energy ain't there and guys have checked out. We're barely in football and you got multiple guys in the locker room already saying this on the first year of head coach. It's not a good look. And a lot of these guys are going to be here next year. So what do you think the mentality is going to linger over into after the offseason? Because you ain't going to have more hype than you had last year coming into this shit. So how do you motivate them to run through the brick wall next year?
I mean, Calvin, man, he's not a rah-rah type head coach, man. That's why I say if he's going to be here, I mean, he's got to get some more like-minded people like Denard Wilson because that defense, they play for him. I mean, they, let some plays go or whatever, but that defense does play for Denard Wilson. Callie, on the other hand, that offense, man, look, they will lay down at any given point. I mean, you saw it all yesterday. Just, Peter Skoronski. Let's talk about Skoronski before we get up out of here, man, because I'm not ready to call him a bust, but this dude, he's very inconsistent. What you tripping off of?
No, Philip said I can name 5. Dylon. I couldn't help it. My bad.
You good. But yeah, man, let's talk about Peter Skoronski before we get up out of here, man. Because like I said, man, Skoronski, he was picked 11th overall, and he was picked to play guard, in which in college he played left tackle. We had a whole big discussion last year about should Skoronski be playing left tackle, and they said Skoronski is a guard, and right now we're seeing he's look, Skoronski is on a downslope right now. What are your thoughts about it, RJ?
Man, I'm at this point, man. I feel like I said that we should have put him at right tackle, but hey, it is what it is, man. I feel like you can find a left guard anywhere, but yeah, man, I'm looking at top tier comment. He said they took a guard with the 11th pick in the draft, like. Bro, we really did take a guard with the 11th pick in the draft, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he's not Quentin Nelson. You feel me? He's nowhere near Quentin Nelson. Like, my God, bro. Like, there's been some okay draft picks. Some questionable draft picks, man. And Skoronski's definitely one of them. I feel like he needs to play tackle. I mean, that's just my opinion. I feel like our right tackle situation is right there, but hey, they don't want to put him over there. But it is what it is.
Bro,
as for the offensive line, like I said in there earlier, I think the offensive line has improved from week 1 to now. I think Bill Callahan has definitely improved the offensive line. Now, do they get beat? Yeah. I mean, what line doesn't get beat? You know what I'm saying? They do get beat. The right side is Leroy Watson is definitely better than Nicholas Petit-Ferrer. When Ferrer goes out there, he gets murked. You know what I'm saying? Left and right. But most definitely, Leroy Watson, man, he's definitely been a much better solution than Nicholas Petit-Ferrer, man. But at the same time, man, I just don't think I don't expect much out of our offense that don't have a quarterback. So right now, I'm just gonna be where I'm at now with this offense. So
yeah, and we had to get Peter at 11, and I'm with you because normally guards don't go that high, but we had to get Peter at 11 because everybody else thought of him as a tackle. We thought of him as a guard, and other guys was going to take him at high because they thought of him as a tackle. It's like you make that reach, and that's going to be something we're going to judge on Ran later in life as well of how that looks. But like you said, you can't get upset because some guys get beat once or twice. Look what Arden Key did to Decker on the first play of the game in the Detroit Lions game yesterday. Bro, he ran right past him. Decker's one of the best left tackles in the game. Everybody has bad snaps, but you can't have it consistently. And JC is still young. He's going to have you're going to get beat from time to time. The problem for us is Peter is now in his second year. And I know we got Lloyd here at the center to be, the anchor and the guy we kind of build around, but Peter, you're supposed to be the first piece that we started building this anchor of an offensive line around.
Mm-hmm.
You need to start stepping up into that position for us. And I didn't like the comments that he had today either when he stepped up to the podium talking about you can see the locker room change and see how people are changing. People are checked out and the energy is not there. And I don't know how
He's very passive.
Yes, and it's like, okay, well, we'll just do it again. It's feeling like the Mariota mentality done took over the whole fucking team. And it's like he's not even here to do that. So I don't know. I need Peter to step up and do more. He is looking a little bit better. I know he's bouncing back from the surgery he had last year with the appendicitis or whatever that shit was. But you got to be the step up guy. I know JC is probably going to be better, but you can't be letting that rookie outwork you already. You can't. Y'all supposed to be the solidified side. So I just need to see a little bit more from Peter and a little bit more dog in him. That left side should be solidified by now, in my opinion.
Man, I hope it's a situation like what we had with Jack Conklin. You know, everybody was out on Jack Conklin the first couple of years, and then once he bounced back from the ACL, he ended up getting paid. The Titans should have paid Jack Conklin, by the way, because you see what we're going through right now. We wouldn't be going through this if we had Jack Conklin, even with his injuries, because he has been injured in Cleveland. But Peter Skoronski, like I said, I'm not going to call him a bust, but man, this dude has been highly inconsistent, and we need more out of him. This passive shit that he's been on, he needs to put that behind him and look over to his left at JC Latham and watch how JC Latham goes about playing this game, because that guy right there, he gets it. Even though he gets whooped at times, he gets it. He's in that mindset like, hey, you may get me once, but god dang it, you ain't finna get me too many more times.
Yeah, I like JC's mentality, man. I think JC's gonna be our left tackle here for years to come, man. I think I just like his mauling ability, man. I really love this pick, man, because he could put people in the dirt, man. I know right now this is his rookie season, so he's gonna give up them bad. He's gonna have them bad plays on tape. When he goes back and looks, man, when he gets in the weight room for this off season, man, he really develops himself and becomes an NFL player, a real NFL player now. Because right now he's still a rookie. He's gonna be really, really good, man. And hopefully, man, this is y'all got to understand that also with Skoronski as well. That he had that real bad injury last year, man. He barely got to play for like more than half the season. So this is really his first year of being. Well, what was he on? This is third year or is it second year?
Second.
No, second year.
Second.
Okay,
he
yeah.
came in
This
with
is,
Levis.
yeah, I'm about to say this is really his first year that he's like, and because he had the appendix.
Yeah, his appendix busted. So yeah, he had to have surgery on that.
He lost, and I remember listening to Mike. He said he lost a lot of weight because of that. So like he had to gain that weight back, man, and then get back in the football shape. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's hard for him to develop it, you know, right now. So I think next year under Bill Callahan, that boy is gonna be good, man. You gotta be patient with some of this, man. Like right now, like the stuff that's happening is just because of young players. You feel me? And then we have a bad quarterback as well. So it's like he said he got his appendix removed.
Yeah.
But see, but for me, it's like I would get that excuse last year for him, but I don't get that for Peter this year, because that happened early in the season last year. You had all last season working and playing to start getting back in shape, start putting weight back on. You had all off season to put weight back on, get back in shape. You had all training camp, OTAs, preseason. You've had all that time to get back in football shape. That's not an excuse no more for me, for Peter. Like, you got to get out here and play now. You actually, yes, that happened. You got it fixed. You lost some weight, but it shouldn't take you more than a season and a half, or at least a full season. If we count from when he got back, it's at least a full season now. You should be back in football shape. You absolutely should be in football shape.
I most definitely agree with that right there. And it just goes back to what we said throughout the offseason. This team should be hitting its stride right now. Right now, we should be talking about the Titans offense clicking, but we're talking about the complete opposite. We sitting up here talking about first round draft picks and who may or may not be a bust. But like I said, man, when it comes to Skoronski, hopefully it's the Jack Conklin situation. Hopefully he gets on track and starts playing like this generational offensive lineman that some people made him out to be before we drafted him. But we gonna
Yeah,
go
'cause
ahead.
they-
And
I never saw that from him.
Yeah, bro, 'cause
I never saw that from him.
when-
Even from the jump.
when we drafted him, everybody said we got the best offensive lineman in the draft. That ain't shown. That hasn't
I
shown
ain't
from
seen
Peter.
it. I mean, it basically, you know, when we drafted him, man. I mean, we was on here like, what are we doing? Like, why did we draft him? You get what I'm saying? Remember when we had that live show?
I didn't like him in the begin with. I told you, like, why is we drafting him and
Don't put him at
he's
guard.
not even playing left tackle.
Bro, because we had left tackle issues then, and we thought, okay, he's the left tackle, no left guard. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, we should have drafted Jackson Smith and Jigba. I'm standing on it. I should have drafted Jackson Smith and Jigba.
It is a couple
Like I
of people we
said,
could have
bro.
drafted.
Hey, I just will never understand that pick, but hey, it is what it is, man. But at the same time, man, let's just call it what it is. Rand's he's had some bad picks. I mean, it's simple as that. Well, I ain't gonna say bad, but like he had some questionable picks. Will Levis is definitely a bad pick right now. Skoronski is looking questionable, and we've had I'm trying to think who else he drafted. As he's in drafted, man, that's pretty questionable. Right now, Tajay Spears is like he can't stay healthy. So we'll see. You know,
And that's something we talked about with him not having them ACLs and his knees and stuff, bro. This was something we was questioning about, and we got made fun of
right now.
I don't know what he's dealing with. I think it's a hamstring.
I think that's what it is too. Let me double check.
Yeah, but and I told people this last season why they was talking about, hey, let's go ahead, hurry up, get Derrick Henry up out of here, man. Spears got this. I mean, sure enough, we had to move on from Derrick Henry. But I also said too that Tajay Spears, he may not be capable of toting the load like that.
He can't even tote the load as a backup.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Pollard doing his damn thing right now. You put Tajay Spears up in that. I don't think he produces like Pollard's been producing. What do you say, Firestone?
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. Like he has a spectacular plays, and I don't want to necessarily call him a backup right now because him and Tony was damn near splitting reps. So I mean, you're still, you know, it's running back by committee type stuff. And sometimes when you do stuff like that, your running backs do get hurt. I mean, shit, look at San Francisco and look at Miami. They running back by committee constantly have running backs out and hurt. So it's just how that happens when you got guys splitting that anybody can get injured because it's not necessarily a backup role. It's, you know, you're splitting the load. So I always like Tajay as a 1B rather than a 1A in this situation. And I was really hoping Tony would come in here and do that. But Tajay has to stay healthy for us, and it ain't been nothing like crazy, but it's the same thing we ask with anybody. We just need to see you be here for us for the entire season. Like we just need that, and especially from a guy like you that makes a difference when is it Tajay Spear or Chestnut coming in the game? That's a huge difference for us, and defenses notice that.
Man, go ahead.
I was about to say, I just found out it's a hamstring injury.
Yeah.
So it isn't his knee. You know what I'm saying? It is a hamstring. But, you know, at the end of the day, man, I mean, we're going through adversity right now. You know what I'm saying? I just believe that we need to just go ahead and take the season back. Go ahead and take the season out, man. Let's get to this offseason, try to fix these problems, man, and go back and look and see what we could have done better. I know a lot of the fans, man, they're upset, man, because, I mean, what we 1-6 right now, 1-5. Like,
6.
It just sucks. You know what I'm saying? It sucks. What we're doing, it sucks, man. And we gotta, you know what I'm saying, we gotta do some soul search. We gotta come to Jesus, man. But right now, man, we just don't have a quarterback to lead this team. I'm gonna keep on harping on that, bro. Like, until we get a quarterback, you cannot judge your head coach, bro. Like, I'm gonna keep harping on that, bro. Y'all have to let the man get his guy at quarterback, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to. Bro, you can't just judge this man with a backup quarterback. Like, he's hindering his play calling.
Bro, I agree with you, but the problem is we're sitting here constantly as fans, and it's constantly on this podcast. Like, we can't properly evaluate this guy because of X. Last year we couldn't properly evaluate.
Firestone, if we get this quarterback and we still doing this dumb stuff, I'm gonna be right with you, bro. I just can't be with you right now until he gets some type of talented quarterback that can actually run an offense, bro.
But what I'm saying is, and I get you, but what I'm saying is like we keep moving that goalpost. This then that. Like last year was like we can't evaluate Will Levis because of O-line. Now it's like we can't evaluate Brian because of Will Levis. The next year we get a QB. Are we gonna say we can't evaluate that QB because of Brian Callahan? And then are we gonna keep moving? Like at what point do we have to learn from these and say we can evaluate now because we've learned from so much in the past that we don't no longer say we can't evaluate people because of somebody else is bad. We have a bad team that consistently stays bad. We got to learn how to scout and look at this team and evaluate this team even when it's bad, because we can't keep using that as an excuse, and that can't keep being the excuse why this franchise can't never turn it around either.
Jared, I was gonna let you rock, but you talking some foolishness right now. Talking about Vrabel didn't get his quarterback. He didn't get his quarterback because he was in love with Ryan Tannehill. He had an out on Ryan Tannehill. And guess what Vrabel said? He said, we're going to run it back with Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry. And you see where they got him. But let's go ahead, have a little fun before we get up out of here.
Can I say something that, though? Do we remember, though, what year he said that? Do you remember the year he said we were going to run it back with Tannehill? Wasn't that 2021?
No, that was
2022. He had multiple outs on Tannehill.
I thought it was 2021, and that was also the draft class that was asked that nobody is succeeding in either as a QB draft class too. That that's the Mac Jones draft class too. So we say that about Vrabel, but also remember when he said that, and it wasn't a great QB draft class neither because none of them motherfuckers have worked.
Still had out on him. Talk about he didn't get his quarterback. But hey.
I mean, I'm with that. He's with Tannehill, so I don't give you that out with Vrabel either. I'm with you. You don't get to give Vrabel an out that he didn't get his QB because he could have had a chance to do it. He was here 6 years. You had your chance to go do it. You should have done it. That's not an excuse for me with Vrabel. You could have took a cheaper option than Ryan Tannehill until you got your quarterback. Hell, that might have bought Vrabel some more time if you want to be real, but we're going to have a little bit of fun before we get up out of here, man. Really don't want to get up out of here, but I ain't going to lie. Man, I'm kind of tired, man. Somebody else was tired yesterday, too, man. I think you know who I'm talking about, RJ.
You said what?
Somebody else was tired yesterday. I think you know who I'm talking about. I don't know what he tired of, but Anthony Richardson, he tired.
Like I said on the I think I said it on the Friday show, man. I did not want to be where the coach at, bro. I don't want to be competing with, and I don't have the guy at quarterback, bro. That's what I'm scared of, and I feel like everybody that's judging Cali, they wants him to get this team together, man, so we can win. Like, what we gonna win, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't have the guy, man, and that's why I don't want to be in Indianapolis because we've been in Indianapolis shoes with Mariota, bro, and we got this quarterback, and he garbage, and you trying to win, get to the playoffs with this guy, man, and he quitting on you. He getting hurt every other play. Like, nah, bro, I don't want that.
Bro, and I don't understand
Anthony
that.
Richardson wasn't good in college, and he's not going to be good in the leagues, and they're stuck with him.
Bro, and that's something I don't understand either because I didn't see it fully happen. I just got to see the replays of it. But how is you as a QB going to tap yourself out when you can go up in the huddle and say, hey, fuck this, play running back? Like, you can take a break on the field. Just go run 2 plays. Do a running back draw, running back dive, the halfback draw, something, bro. 2 times and get your break. Why do you got to go stand on the sideline when you could just hand the ball off to a running back? I don't get it. Nobody told you.
Slow the game down a little bit, fellas. Boom. That's all you got to say. You ain't even got to say nothing. Just let's slow the game down a little bit.
The biggest game of the season, bro. He tapping out, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, this is a division rivalry. Y'all's 1 game behind them, and you don't go. This is the same situation to me when Mariota didn't play because he had a stinger in his arm. And I get he said this and that, like I couldn't grab him, Chris. Bro, you're supposed to be the franchise guy. Playoff is on the line. We're playing a division rival. we need you to come step in and play at that time. That's when leaders step up. That's that time. I don't give a damn that you're tired. You're on the field and we're playing a division rival. Toughen up, Buttercup. Dig deep. Something. I'm not.
Like
Hey,
I
coach.
said,
And I agree with
my
Corey,
biggest
man.
fear
Go
is for
ahead.
us to be the Indianapolis Colts. That's my biggest fear. That's exactly what I don't want to be. I don't want to deal with 9 and 7 seasons, 8 and 9 seasons, and you can't either be back. Because like right now, you're gonna believe that, oh well, if we just get this one player, we can just get there. You know what I'm saying? And you just stuck. It's like this. It's like the cycle of mediocrity. And I don't want to be in that, bro. I can't do it again, bro. I did it with Mariota. I done did it with Ryan. And then when we got Ryan Tannehill, we was overly mediocre. Like it was like now we're in the playoffs and we can't get to the Super Bowl. Like you're just in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and you get put out the first game. Like,
Hey, not all the time. We was winning some, like we did what, but we was winning some.
we did it
playoff
one
games.
year, bro.
Hey,
1
the
year, bro.
Texans ain't
What
done it
happened
in
after
1 year.
2019, bro? We went and played the Ravens.
Coughing for the
They
Greek.
shut Henry
I'm
down.
tired, boss.
Listen here,
I
bro. This
posted
is
that yesterday too.
This is exactly what happened, man. The Chiefs got it out on us, bro. We played the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. They shut Henry down. Tannehill didn't do anything, and we lost. Okay,
Hey.
played the Ravens. They shut Henry down. Tannehill did with the game on line through an interception. Played the Bengals. Shut our run game down. Tannehill throwing interceptions left and right. Bro, I don't want to do that no more, bro.
Right.
I need a guy I can depend on. Like,
I'm with you on that too, but let's also state and remember too, Kansas City couldn't win the Super Bowl until they finally beat us in the playoffs. Remember, we're their glass ceiling. Like for years, they kept trying to play us, and Mariota was beating them in these playoffs. And then until they was finally able to beat Vrabel in the playoffs, that's when they started making their Super Bowls too. So we was that glass ceiling for the Kansas City Chiefs to finally get their chip. One day we're gonna get
I
past
do miss
that glass ceiling.
Vrabel's brain. Like,
Yes, bro.
I miss his game plans. You get what I'm saying? Like he always
Vrabel had a lot of attention to detail. That was one thing they always
I do
talked
miss
about
that.
with Mike Vrabel. He had a lot of attention to detail. Those tiny little bits and pieces of information he had to get an advantage. I mean, he would put that in the player's ear, and you could see them act on those type of things. You don't see that now with Callan.
Yeah,
but,
Callan, he
I was
coming
gonna
with
talk
his own
about
game.
Corey comment real quick. Corey pretty much said, man, he thought he was a running back. Look, Anthony Richardson, he ain't gonna be able to shake that running back joke after this right here. I mean, running backs don't even say it like that. Hell, whenever they tired or feel gassed or whatever, they just go to the sideline. Don't say shit. It's understood. This dude right here, after the game, after a close game that they lost, nigga, and I ain't gonna lie, I was tired. I'm like, what the hell is you talking about? Look at all these scrambling quarterbacks or whatever. You don't think Lamar Jackson gets tired running all over the field? You don't think Russell Wilson got tired running for his life in Seattle? But they stuck in there. Why? Because they are the quarterback. They were the franchise.
Man, he ain't it. He ain't it, dog. I mean, let's keep it a whole bean, bro. He's not it, bro. And you both don't both know it, bro. He's not it. And it is funny because it's happening to the team that we all hate.
Mm-hmm.
we done seen it. We done been there.
They gave up a 4th-round draft pick for somebody that's tired.
Bro, and we all know
He
that.
probably smoking weed. He probably making rap songs, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's not no quarterback, bro.
He was in
This
the
man went
studio
out
too long last night.
Bro, Morocco, he started the game 2 for 15.
Yeah, oh, he had a bad night.
2 for 15.
Bro, and even in that moment, like, bro, coaches and players have been lying to the media for years. This is the time you pick to be honest. Just tell them, like, hey, just make a lie. Like, I was having a little cramp. Oh, that hit kind of knocked the wind out of me. I had to get it back. Something other. I'm tired. Don't shoot, bro. You done lost your job. Pat McAfee was clowning them on their podcast today, too.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, you can't say shit like that and expect the fans, franchise, and ownership to still believe in you. You fucking tired in week 8 and you're the one running this ball. We didn't tell you to do this shit. Find the open man and make better throws, motherfucker. He was like 10 for 34 and shit.
And he ain't even played all season long. So what the hell he doing getting tired out there? I mean, shit, is the Texans that run fast? I mean, shit, did he really gas himself out running away from them? I mean, dude.
He was tired of their fuckery and their bullshit too, I guess. I don't know, bro. I just ain't never seen a QB do that.
Ursay, man, he probably done seen him do all type of crack. You know what I'm saying? Up there,
He
man.
said he got to stop smoking cigarettes. I don't
It's
know
like,
if
bro,
he's smoking cigarettes, man.
And Morrow said, like, lay down, fake the like you got cramps. Like, yeah, it's something, bro. Don't come out to the
Anything.
media. I'm tired. The fuck? Lie, motherfucker. You've had media
You
training.
could have said that you got
Lie.
a cramp, something, bro. Like, you can't say, yeah, I was tired. Hey, they was roasting him on First Take this morning, bro. He was like, you got tired. I said, man, I'm an offensive lineman. We ain't never got to come out no game.
Man, he could have ran to the back, went acting like he went to the bathroom or anything. We would have understood it because the guys have to take shits during games or whatever. Hell, Lamar had to take a shit during the football game. Just play it off.
Ooh. He
Bro,
got tired, bro.
You can't. Like, there's only two things you don't say to the media in that moment when you check yourself out there. It's I'm tired and I was kind of dizzy and my head hurt. You don't say something to put you in concussion protocol, and you damn sure don't tell everybody I was tired and I gave up. Bro, we all fucking tired. You don't think every other dude on that offense was tired? They was tired too. Shit.
Yeah, man. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this shit up. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired of the Titans, boss. Let's go ahead and wrap this show up for the night, man. Man, it's been another fun episode, man. Hey, we appreciate each and every one of y'all that tuned in, man. Continue to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Go holler at Wilson if you need you a vehicle. I guarantee you, goddaggit, you go holler at Wilson, he ain't gonna get tired, man. Buy with confidence. Best prices in 500. Man, best prices, period, man. Go holler at Wilson, man. If you can't make it down there to the lot, go online, Music City, Autoplex.com. Give them a call at 844-543-0108. Make sure you go to TitansColosseum.com too, man. Check out our latest articles. You can catch all our shows from there. And also, too, make sure you check us out on all digital streaming platforms, man. Wherever you listen to your podcast at, I guarantee you, we are there. Firestone, you got anything you want to add before we ride out?
Just make sure y'all signing up for the Patreon too. We have 3 tiers that y'all can buy to be in, come up with the exclusive perks, but we also do offer free tiers that you don't have to pay or be a part of. But when we do future giveaways, it will be through Patreon. That is our easiest way to do stuff as giveaways. So make sure you're signing up for our Patreon as well. That way you can be in our future giveaways. All right, Jay, anything you want to add?
Nah, man. Just, man, when you tired, man, just tap your head, man. Get up out here. Tap your head, man. Yeah, man. That's up your eye, man.
Hey, Rocco, that's the new signal now. When it's time to wrap up the show, just tap that. Pull an AR. We'll know. All right, it's time to go.
Hey, man, shout out to all my guys working in the factories, man. When you ready to get up off that line, what you do? Hey, I got to go to the bathroom, take you bathroom break. AR should have been taking his bathroom break yesterday instead of checking himself out and then going to say, I'm tired, boss. But hey, it's been real, y'all, man. We're going to be back with y'all Friday night. Y'all have a very blessed week and tighten the fuck up.